Chapter 1, Fern's Perspective. Fern Castle, a librarian with sensory processing disorder, introduces her life, highlighting the importance of routine and predictability. She describes her daily habits, like her breakfast of plain oatmeal and her strict work schedule at the library. Fern relies heavily on her twin sister, Rose, who has always been her protector since their tumultuous childhood. Fern's narration reveals her quirky yet endearing personality, her love for books, and her contentment with a structured life. Rose's journal. Rose's journal entries offer a contrasting viewpoint. She reflects on her role as Fern's guardian, emphasizing the challenges of balancing her sister's needs with her own life. Rose's protective instincts are underscored by a deep sense of responsibility and a hint of martyrdom. She writes about her husband, Owen, and their struggles with infertility, revealing her longing for a child and the strain it puts on her marriage. Chapter 2, Fern's Routine. Fern elaborates on her interactions at the library. She describes her colleagues, like Libby, the friendly but overly talkative co-worker, and Mr. Callahan, a grumpy regular patron. Fern finds solace in the predictability of her environment, and the library serves as her sanctuary. Her narrative touches on her sensory processing issues, explaining how certain sounds, lights, and textures can overwhelm her. Despite these challenges, Fern navigates her world with a unique blend of resilience and humor. Rose's journal. Rose writes about her day-to-day life, focusing on her efforts to support Fern while managing her own struggles. She discusses her job as an interior designer, where she faces mounting pressures from demanding clients. Rose's journal entries reveal her inner turmoil and her deep-seated fear of losing control. She reflects on her childhood, hinting at dark secrets that have shaped her protective nature. Chapter 3, Library Encounter. One day, Fern meets Wally, a mysterious man who starts frequenting the library. Wally is reserved, but his gentle demeanor and interest in books catch Fern's attention. Their initial interactions are awkward but gradually become more comfortable. Fern describes Wally's distinctive style as old-fashioned clothes and quiet presence. She finds herself drawn to him, intrigued by his mystery and kindness. This budding connection brings a new element of excitement to Fern's otherwise predictable life. Rose's journal. Rose's entries delve deeper into her marriage with Owen. She expresses frustration over their inability to conceive and Owen's seeming indifference. Rose begins to feel isolated in her struggles, her journal entries tinged with sadness and resentment. She writes about her concern for Fern's growing independence, fearing it might disrupt the delicate balance of their relationship. Chapter 4, Fern's Decision. Inspired by Rose's struggles with infertility, Fern decides she wants to have a baby to help her sister. She begins researching sperm donors and the insemination process, meticulously planning every step. Fern's decision is driven by her desire to give Rose the happiness she deserves. As she delves into the details of pregnancy, Fern's narrative captures her excitement and determination. She shares her plan with Rose, who reacts with mixed emotions, appreciation mingled with worry about Fern's ability to handle such a responsibility. Rose's journal. Rose writes about Fern's decision to have a baby. While she's touched by Fern's gesture, she also feels a sense of unease. Rose's journal entries reflect her growing anxiety about Fern's capacity to navigate pregnancy and motherhood. She contemplates the impact this decision will have on their lives and her own role in Fern's future. Chapter 5, Planning for Pregnancy. Fern dives into the logistics of insemination, supported by Rose. They attend appointments together, and Rose helps Fern through the emotional and physical preparations. The sisters grow closer, but tensions also arise as Fern's independence increases. Fern's narrative reveals her inner conflict at the excitement of creating a new life intertwined with the fear of change. She begins to question her reliance on Rose and the possibility of stepping out of her sister's shadow. Rose's journal. Rose's entries reveal her mounting anxiety. She reflects on their childhood, recounting traumatic events that solidified her role as Fern's protector. Rose's narrative becomes increasingly introspective, as she grapples with the possibility of losing control over Fern. She writes about her fears and the lengths she's willing to go to maintain their bond. Chapter 6, Fern and Wally. Fern's relationship with Wally deepens. He becomes a regular part of her life, offering a new sense of normalcy and support. They bond over their shared love of books and quiet moments together. Fern contemplates telling Wally about her plan to have a baby, unsure of how he'll react. Her narrative captures the tentative steps of their relationship and the comfort she finds in his presence. As Fern grows more confident, she starts to envision a future that includes Wally. Rose's journal. Rose's entries become increasingly anxious as she senses Fern pulling away. She writes about her fears of losing her sister to Wally and the changes in their relationship. Rose's journal entries reveal a darker side to her character, her need for control and her struggle to accept Fern's independence. She reflects on the sacrifices she's made and the resentment that's been building up inside her. Chapter 7. Complications arise. Fern faces complications with her pregnancy plans. She experiences a series of setbacks, which test her resolve and emotional strength. Wally discovers her intentions and, instead of being deterred, offers his unwavering support. Their relationship strengthens, providing Fern with a new source of stability. Fern's narrative details her emotional journey, highlighting her resilience and determination to persevere. She starts to see cracks in Rose's protective facade, questioning her sister's true intentions. Rose's journal. Rose's entries reveal her increasing desperation. She becomes more manipulative, trying to control Fern's decisions and keep her reliant. Rose's darker nature comes to the forefront, as she struggles to maintain the balance of power in their relationship. Her journal entries are filled with paranoia and fear of losing Fern, showcasing the depth of her emotional turmoil. Chapter 8. Confrontation. Fern uncovers secrets about their childhood. Realizing Rose may not have always had her best interests at heart, she confronts Rose, leading to a heated and emotional exchange. Fern's narrative captures her shock and betrayal, as well as her growing determination to reclaim her independence. The confrontation forces both sisters to face the truth about their relationship and the lies they've been living. Fern begins to see herself not just as someone who needs protection, but as an individual capable of making her own choices. Rose's journal. Rose's entries become increasingly erratic. She reflects on their past, revealing more about the traumatic events that shape their bond. Rose's desperation peaks as she realizes she's losing control over Fern. Her journal entries expose her manipulative behavior and the lengths she's gone to keep Fern dependent on her. Rose grapples with her own guilt and fear, unsure of how to move forward. Chapter 9. Revelations. Fern delves deeper into their past, uncovering more secrets that challenge her perception of Rose. She learns about incidents that Rose had hidden from her, reshaping her understanding of their relationship. Fern's narrative is filled with emotional turmoil as she processes these revelations and starts to rebuild her identity. She makes the decision to distance herself from Rose, seeking a new path of independence and self-discovery. Rose's journal. Rose's final entries reflect her realization of losing control over Fern. She writes about the pain of watching her sister grow independent and the impact it has on her sense of self. Rose's journal becomes a confessional, where she acknowledges her faults and manipulative actions. She grapples with the consequences of her behavior and the possibility of repairing their relationship on healthier terms. Chapter 10. Resolution. Fern takes control of her life, making decisions that prioritize her well-being and happiness. She embraces her relationship with Wally, finding strength and support in their partnership. Fern's narrative highlights her journey of self-discovery and empowerment, as she steps out of Rose's shadow and forges her own path. She reflects on the lessons learned and the new sense of freedom she's found. Rose's journal. Rose's final entries show a shift in her perspective. She begins to accept Fern's independence and the new dynamics of their relationship. Rose writes about her own journey of self-reflection and the steps she's taking to address her controlling behavior. She acknowledges the need for change and her hope for a healthier, more balanced relationship with Fern. If you enjoyed this summary and want to see more, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share your thoughts on the book in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.